Hello everybody, it is me, Lisa Concepcion, certified professional life coach and founder of lovequestcoaching.com, where you can go and get your free love life assessment. Just go over to that website, Love Quest Coaching. You'll see a button, Love Life Assessment. Click on it. You'll have a bunch of questions that you'll be able to answer, giving me all kinds of details about what's going on in your love life and the things that you want to shift and change, and I will come back to you with answers to your specific questions. Pretty cool. Today I am talking about, is love enough? Is love enough? Woo! This is going to be a hot, steamy, juicy topic to explore because we have this romantic notion of love. Oh my God, I love you so much, I love you, and we tell people we love them, and we love them so much, but then we're like, but the relationship isn't working out. Like, why? I thought we love each other, but we love each other. We love each other, we should be able to accomplish anything, we should be able to work it out, we should stay together and figure it out because we love each other. Why can't we stay together because we love each other so much? What? So, okay, I have so much experience with this. Oh my goodness, I have so much wisdom about this because this is something that comes up in relationships all the time, right? Especially for people who are pretty chill. They're not really drama. They get along with people. They're just chill. So they find themselves in these relationships, marriages, long-term relationships, whatever, and everything's great. You're like, I love you, you have fun, you go out, you stay in, you cook, you hang out, you watch movies, you're in this groove, and then all of a sudden it goes off the rails because you realize that love isn't enough. What do I mean by this? Well, you can have people that love each other, but they don't work well together. They don't attain anything. They don't achieve anything. They just have this kindness and this lovingness, and they care about each other, and they want good things for one another, but they can't make anything happen. Except dinner reservations and like movies on the couch and like all those things that are very comfortable and lovely. They're the things that you're like, but I love this person, I love the way they are, I love how I feel when I'm around them, but like you're not moving forward in your life, you're not achieving anything. If anything, you're looking at things kind of falling away, and they're even chaotic sometimes. So people always say to me, well, Lisa, if love isn't enough, then we're screwed. So what are the things? What other things? If love isn't enough, what other things? Well, I'm going to tell you what those things are, okay? So for, couples who are out there or people who are watching this, and maybe you're in a relationship, and you're like, you know what, there's something up with this relationship. Like, it's not going anywhere, right? I've been in this thing for a while, and it's not going anywhere. This happens a lot with women, okay? Like, ladies, you're sitting there, and you're like in this relationship, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm giving a lot of my time, a lot of my energy, and a lot of my wisdom and effort and all this to this person, and I don't really know what the next step is here. Are we merging our lives? Are we getting married? Are we gonna like live together and like buy stuff, property, moving ahead in our lives? Like, what's the end game? Are we gonna be together for like the rest of this? Like, what are we doing exactly? And sometimes you start to ask those questions and you're just like, I love this person, but love isn't enough. Like, I need to know what we're doing for our future. What's our money game like? And this is where things get dicey, right? The M word, the money word. No, love is not enough. You know why? Because you need to pay for stuff. You need to pay for like food and like your house and what you're doing with yourself, like your expenses, your future. And so people get all like twisted up in this thing of, but I love them, I understand you love them, but they are not pulling their weight. And I'm going to connect some dots for you, okay? So I've been thinking about a lot of stuff in my own life. I'm newly single, and I'm reflecting a lot on the relationship I was just in for 4.5 years, and I'm really processing a lot of things, and I'm, getting into like the psychological analysis of myself and the person, so that I don't repeat any of these patterns, any of these things. And I absolutely, as a former codependent, have tendencies of staying in things too long, and perhaps even selling myself short. And, it's important that you really sit there and you say, what do I want for my life, regardless of who's in it with me? And what kind of person is the right kind of person for me at this juncture in my life? And be really honest with that. And it doesn't matter if you love them, if they're nice to you and they treat you amazing. It's bigger than that. So a lot of times people, present company included, get all wrapped up in the love part, the yumminess. Oh, I love this person. I love the fun that we have. We are such good friends and we love each other. And it's all good times. But life is more than just good times, unfortunately. Honey, let me tell you, if I was only running my relationships on the fun and the good times, I would be married, 2020, 22 years. I got married in 1998. So this year would have been 22 years of marriage. If only talking about fun, if fun and love were the only criteria in a relationship, I would be married already 22 years. I got married in 1998. I got divorced in 2015. That divorce never would have happened because we had the lock on fun and love. We cared about each other. It was agonizing getting divorced from this man. My ex-husband, we couldn't do it. It took us 4.5 years to get divorced. We were separated for 4.5 years. So codependent. Why? Because we genuinely had fun with each other. We loved each other. It was like we severed a limb when we divorced. Terrible. And so find me now, fast forward, got divorced, I heal, I get into subsequent relationship, and the same pattern comes up again. I fall in love with this man, and we love each other, he loves me, baby, I love you too, baby, baby, I love you so much, I love you too, give me an extra shrimp, please, can I have some of your guacamole? Great, can I eat those fries? Wonderful, like, cheers, love you, great, fun, all good, but unfortunately, not enough. Not enough. And it should be, but it's not. Because what ends up happening is you start asking those questions. But I love you so much, and you love me so much, so what does this mean? What are we doing with each other next? What does it mean? What do you want to do? And the other thing is, look, I'm going to be really blunt and honest. If this person, after a good amount of time, isn't coming at you saying, you know what, you're the first little face that I want to see in the morning, and you're the last face I want to see before I close my eyes for sleep, if they're not saying that to you, then you need to figure it out. And if that's something that matters to you, because it matters to me, and I had to own it, and I had to really be like, you know what, I could roll with this whole, companionship thing. I live here, he lives in Miami, we're seeing each other now like once, twice a month for like 5 days and at a stint. I mean, it's all right, I guess, but that's kind of going backwards. As a relationship progresses, you get closer together. You don't start drifting apart. And that's a telling sign that love is not enough. When you love each other and then you start to still drift apart, it's just showing you a relationship requires effort. It's like a plant. You got to talk to it and water it every day. Otherwise, if you neglect it and it's out in the elements, a wind can come, knock the pot over, crack it. You have to tend to it every day. You have to look at it and say, okay, what do you want? What do I want? Are we on the same page? What are we working towards? How can I elevate you? How can you elevate me? and really be about growth, be about moving things forward in your life, and being loving and kind to each other, of course. But unfortunately, I am here to tell you, love is not enough. It is not. There are other things. What are you doing professionally? Right? And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people out there are self-sabotaging. They're self-sabotaging. They're screwing up professionally and selling themselves short professionally, so that then they have no excuse for moving forward with a person. This is mainly men. I've seen this over and over and over again. Men who aren't really doing well professionally. They can't figure their shit out. They've been hopping from this job to this job, and they dabble here and they move here, and they're just kind of like playing it safe for the paycheck. And they're not going for anything passionately in their lives. And then they're doing this, and then they are like, well, I'm not going to be someone that this woman is going to want to have anything more with, so I'm safe. Because if I crush it professionally, the men think, if I crush it professionally, then I have no excuse. I have to commit to her. Where's the excuse? I don't have an out. So it's self-sabotaging in a way. It's really sad. It's sad to see, because there are a lot of people out there who have the potential to do amazing things and be of great service to the world. And they're serving no one, and they're selling themselves super short, and they find themselves in this floating like a feather, no direction, just drifting around like a feather in the breeze, with no groundedness to something of purpose that drives them every day, that they can succeed at in their own way, that they feel confident. They feel like, yeah, you know what, I can provide a really nice lifestyle, not just for myself, but for whoever I choose to invite into my life. It's so important, and it's not love alone. It's not enough, right? So when you're in a relationship and this man or this woman's looking at you like, but baby, I love you so much. I love you so much. I know, I love you too, but we're not doing anything to grow and move forward in our lives. We're stuck and we're stagnant, and that's just terrible. It's a terrible way to be. And you can love people, and you can, say, listen, I love you always. I always have love for you, but I have to move on because this is stagnation, and it's dangerous. It's so dangerous because you will never get time back. Once you invest time in a relationship, you get the lessons, you get the wisdom, but that time is gone. Be really, really, really careful about who you are choosing to fall in love with, and what are you both going for. If you're just hoping to survive, I'm hoping, I'll get this job, I'm hopeful for that. That's not thriving. You're here to thrive. You're here to crush it, to live joyously, not with stress, not with like, I wonder what's going to happen, and then postponing, making plans with somebody for something big, like moving in together or getting engaged or whatever. And then it doesn't happen because some other thing happens to hold it off. Oh, I'm having job issues again, and I don't know what's going to be. No. It takes more than love to make a relationship work. You got to love yourself enough to thrive, and to pick someone who is thriving also. And it's true. You could be building something, that's fine. Look, people, they're in their careers, they're building their life, they're doing their thing, and nothing is guaranteed. I get that. But to have a pattern where every other year there's some shit going on with your professional life, it starts to seem a little fishy. It starts to seem like, listen, are you purposely fucking around in your professional life so that you can't provide a lifestyle, so that you're forced to stay alone and not make another step in a relationship? Because it is self-sabotage. Why wouldn't you try to make as much money as possible? Why wouldn't you try to work on a passion, something that you would kill it, crush it at, that has you waking up in the morning fired up. Why would you not do that if you love yourself? So then that makes me think like, okay, you might love me, or so you say, but I'm not convinced you love yourself. Because if you loved yourself, you wouldn't be floating around like a feather in the breeze. You would be killing it at some profession that you are fired up at. That you really just are like, oh my God, I love serving the world in this way. And here's where I'm at, and I'm going over there, and I'm doing all the things every day to help blow it up and make it big. And if you're not doing that, or the person you're with is not doing that, and worse, you're doing that, but they're not, honey, it's not going to work. It is not going to work. And you can love them, but unfortunately, love is not enough. You have to be able to work towards goals to build an empire with the person that you are with. It's not just sit and watch each other grow and age and sit there and watch TV and do nothing with nothing of nothing. You have to keep going. You have to keep growing. And you have to come together to solve the things that come up in life. Things are going to happen, but it's on you to take personal responsibility to handle your shit. Otherwise, that other person is like, what the hell's going on? What am I doing? This is damaging to me now, right? Like, your lack of clarity on what it is you want to do with yourself and why you're settling professionally is now impacting me. And that's not fair to me, because I love myself. Yes, I love you, but I love myself just a little bit more. To see fuckery and bullshit and like this isn't adding up to a whole lot of progress in my life, that means I have to just, say, look, I'm going to love you from afar. I'm going to bid you all good things, but I got to go. So, my loves, if you're in this situation and you're having struggles and you're like, I really think I need to break up with this person, or at the very least, have a sit down and talk about, like, where are we in this relationship? What are we doing? And how can we come together and create something amazing? Because this is just, like, kind of stagnant. Let's connect on that. Let's talk about it. I help people with this stuff all the time. My God, I just did it myself for myself. I don't coach people on anything that I have not already gone through and come out the other side of. I am so authentic and no bullshit when it comes to that I'm just like, listen, here's how I got through this. You're not me, but you could try some of this on, see how it works, and then we get in there and we start to sort it out together. Sometimes, you're looking in this pile, right? You think that the reason for things are here, but yet somebody like me can come in and be like, hey, but you didn't see this over here. There's a whole other possibility here. And then you're like, oh my God, that's it. That makes so much sense. I feel that right here. It makes sense. And then you could actually make the shift, make the changes. And then you're like, no, I have clarity now. And clarity is power. So I'm happy to help you out. Hit me up with a PM, or you can go on over to lovequestcoaching.com. That's lovequestcoaching.com. There you will find a free love life assessment form. You fill it out. You tell me all the stuff that's going on, confidential between you and me, and I will answer the questions, give you some insights and some things that you can do to help get you some clarity. So I hope this helps you. The only love that is enough, my loves, is love of self. That will never go away, nor should it. I love you all so much. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.